Welcome back, everyone. When we last left off, we had just defeated the two bosses in the Fork Tower, causing the Fork Tower to disappear. Now that gives us access to this laboratory here, where Sid's been trapped for, well, I guess since the worlds merged and the Fork Tower appeared. So we're gonna go rescue him, but before we do that, we're gonna take advantage of the free healing that we got here, because we didn't get healed up after all those fights in the Fork Tower. So Sid's down the center section there, but he can wait a little longer. Although when we see what's happening to him, it's going to be kind of mean that we took a nap before we helped him out, but gotta take the nap now, because when we free Sid, then it's going to have a big cutscene and we're going to automatically leave this area. So let's take advantage of the free healing now. And there's Sid. He's going round and round on this wheel. He's going to be so dizzy. And mid-pairs. But even though Sid is real dizzy, he's still of sound enough mind that he can tell us that he can transform our airship now into a submarine. I have no idea how this works, but remember, video game logic, we're not going to question it. But Sid and Mid are going to work their magic here, and we're going to have our ship turn into airship / submarine. And once we have the submarine, we can finally access the final 2 tablets. But we have a lot of side objectives that we can do before we go to that tablet. And there's going to be one little mini dungeon that we can go to. Remember when we were in Carwin, they told us that if we had a submarine, we'd be able to reach the sunken Walse Tower. And that's what that one person who was mimicking us apparently said he was going to run off to. So we're going to head to the sunken Walse Towers. But before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of searching for monsters. So we're going to fill out all the bestiary. We're going to get all the sea monsters that we can encounter, the new sea monsters that we can encounter in this world. So yes, we can. We can go look for the tablet under the waves, right, Faris? Looks like Krile and Mid are kind of hitting it off, being good friends. So I guess they can empathize, both being, you know, not having parents, living with their grandparent, you know. So, all right, time to take off for adventure. And we're just gonna, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna head into this little lake here. And we are going to run around in here a little bit, because this is the easiest place to find these 2 of these enemies. So because in this lake they're the only 2 enemies that will appear. So, and it's important that we healed up, because the first enemy that we encounter here, this Rook, yeah, he's kind of annoying. He spams that breath wing. Breath wing is the same thing that the first boss we ever encountered, the wing raptor, used. And what breath wing does is it takes off 1/4 of your max hit points. So 4 of them and you're done. So it's important that we just take this guy out as quick as we can, so that we don't you know, suffer those breath wings. So yeah, he can be really annoying. He did a physical attack there against Faris, but sometimes all he does is he just spams breath ring over and over again. So there's, you see what happens here when we press the A button when we're floating. We have the option of going up into the air or going down into the water submarine. So it looks pretty cool. Like I said, it doesn't make much sense, but it looks pretty cool. So, but we got RASAR to finally master the monk job, so let's get him up. Let's get him to whatchamacallit, change jobs. So yeah, we're starting to master a lot of jobs here coming up. So a lot of the enemies in this area are starting to give a lot of ability points. So there we go. All right, let's go searching around here. It's unfortunate that first battle was only against a Rook, because you can either get into a single Rook battle, or you can get into a battle with a Rook or two of these Sea Devils. So it would have been nice if we would have got this one. Would have saved the battle, but it's okay. So I guess they want to try to take care of that Rook real quick, because he's annoying. So there's the Sea Devils things. Like most sea monsters, they are weak against lightning. So there's the Rook being annoying and keep using that breath wing. So try to get rid of him as quick as possible. So soldiers putting in a lot of good work here. This should finish him off. Well, finished off the things that we didn't. Hey, that was nice. Ooh, that was good. We charmed him with the dancing dagger, and he used the breath wing that he was going to use anyway, and used it to defeat himself. So, whew, that's good. So, all right. Well, we took kind of a beating there. We took like 2 breath wings and a few physical hits. So, want to heal ourselves up, and then we're gonna hop into our thing. Once you press the A button, and we can go up, and that turns into the airship, or down will turn us into the submarine. So now this section, there's this monster here. It's really rare, and we can only find it in the southwest portion of the map. So we'll check on our map. Yeah, we're in this area around here. So you can tell you're in the right area when if you're encountering these monsters called jellyfish. If they pop up too, then you know you're in the right area. So we're just gonna off-screen a few battles here. Luckily, we can meet a few other monsters that we're trying to hunt in this area too. So but we just want to stick around this area. And like I said, if you run into, you might want to, like I said, because the screen looks the same, you might want to occasionally check your map every so often to make sure that you're still in the southwest corner of the world. So boost Soldier's power with Faris there by giving her the air knife. It auto-equipped on Lenna, but and we want her with the Holy Spear. Alright, here's some new enemies, the Nixes. So nothing bad that we can't handle. So has no real special attacks, so it's not even worth wasting a ninja scroll, one of those lightning scrolls on, because they're pretty simple. So not annoying like those breathwing monsters, so, or the Rooks that use that breathwing. So yeah, we got rid of this guy. Woohoo! Still not the one that we want to find though. So like I said, we want to be looking for the jellyfish. That's the way that we know we're in the right area. So just keep wandering back and forth, sailing. Hopefully none of our people get seasick. Well, we know Faris won't get seasick because she's a pirate, but you don't know about the others. So, but luckily this is not the rarest monster we're gonna find. So the rarest one I'm gonna mainly off-screen where we find him, because it's gonna take for a while. But here we find the jellyfish, and we now we know we're in the correct area. These guys don't have a lot of hit points. As you can see, only 1,000 hit points. So one of those lightning scrolls will take them out. So wouldn't have probably used one, but since we had a back attack, just figured, might as well get rid of them right away. So doink, and one lightning scroll, and they are done. And that is one more enemy in our bestiary filled out. But not the one that we want. The rare monster that we want. So Boop, boop, and it's gonna pop up pretty soon here, so. Because I'm doing this commentary in the future, so. That's why I didn't really off-screen it, because it didn't take too long to find this guy, compared to the next one that we're gonna find. But here it is, the Villia monster. So, yep. Ooh, luckily we got a sword dance there. But this monster has a lot of hit points. It absorbs so many elements there: holy, earth, wind, water. So we won't be able to use our Silger summon. So this is where the Odin summon will be okay. Odin is non-elemental, so we can use Odin to against enemies like this that have so many absorptions. We also get kind of lucky with this monster here, because we use another one of these tempting tangos, and it'll use this blue magic spell on itself, which turns it tiny, and that of course hinders its offense and its defense. So it'll let us do a little bit more damage to it and take it out just a little bit more easier, because like I said, it has a lot of hit points. So as you can see, it didn't even do any damage there with its physical attack. If it was back in its original form, it would really hurt. That's why I made sure that I used the golem to start the battle off. So yeah, we're not getting. We need more sword dances. Come on. But yeah, sadly we're not getting sword dances. Boo. Alright, well, and we finished it off, and it didn't give us any experience, but it gave us 25 ability points. So yeah, job points are, I guess, more important than, you know, experience points, at least in terms of the game way. But it'd be nice to gain some levels. So okay, we want to fight a monster in that area there where the sunken Walse Tower is, but before we do that, we're going to head over to the east here to the other part of the ocean, and there's another monster we can encounter here. Here it is, the sea scorpion. So fairly simple enemy. We can just chuck one of those, if I can find it here, we just throw one of the lightning scrolls, and that'll take them all out. I am definitely going to have to clean up my inventory, so. But throw the thunder scroll, finish the sea scorpions off, and then we just finish off this guy here, the little Nyx. And woohoo! Now we can head back to that lake by where Carwin is, to the south west of Carwin. So now we want to stay up to the top here near this coastal area, but before we do that, let's look at some little rabbits that are pets that are available at Rabbit and Small Animal Rescue. Lola and Peanut and Hank. He's a fluffy little rabbit. Look at him. And Hurley eating his lettuce. Yum yum. But yeah, there's some of the many cute animals available at the rescue. So, and here's the monster. It took me 19 minutes to get this monster to show up. So, and unfortunately, I have a wall ring on Lenna. And what that did was it bounced the Big Guard back off onto him. Now, Big Guard is a really great blue magic spell, so if you're having a blue mage, you want to pick that spell up. What it does is it gives you haste, makes you act faster, float, gives you shell, and protect. So it basically doubles your defense against magic, against physical attacks, makes you act 2 times as fast, and makes you float. So unfortunately, because we had the wall ring on Lenna, it bounced back and applied itself to the Stingray, so it's going to take twice as long to take him out. So that's why I'm just fast forwarding here in editing, so this battle doesn't take like 8 million years. And when he used that tidal wave, that healed him up, so it's going to take even longer. He has really good defense, so we're not able to pierce it unless we get like that sword dance. So I'm not using the chicken knife specifically because I don't want that secondary ability to run away automatically to proc and have us run away and not beat this monster, because I want to beat all the monsters in the game. So we'll just fast forward here to take this guy out. So yeah, he'll never use the blue, that big guard on his own. You either have to control him or charm him with like the tempting tango to get him to use it. So if you're using the blue mage and you don't have a beastmaster in your party to control him, you can still get the blue magic spell. So yeah, the tempting tango with the dancing dagger is a good way to get a lot of blue magic that you, if you aren't allowed to use a beastmaster. So. But you can tell you're in the right area to fight those things if when you're going around fighting, you run into enemies from the first world. So, yeah, it's usually right around the coastal area. I'd say probably like the first 3 rows. The first 3 rows there on the in the lake. If you go any lower than that, you're gonna start running into the like Nyxes and the sea scorpions. So you know you're in the wrong area. So he's really, really rare. Like I said, it took me 19 minutes to find him, and he's only in that one area. So, all right, take a free heal, and now we're gonna enter the sunken Walse Tower. So this is like a side quest to get that one crystal shard that broke. Remember when the crystal shard broke? When the water crystal broke, that one shard was up in the upper left corner, and we couldn't reach it. Well, now we're finally going to be able to reach it, but it's not in the upper left corner anymore. It's going to be all the way down at the bottom of the dungeon here. Luckily, the dungeon's kind of short, because RASAR can only hold his breath for 7 minutes. So a lot of the enemies here are just repeats of enemies we found in older dungeons. So those we just ran into these guys here. They are the type of enemies we found in the Forest of Moor, the witch, the imps, and I forget what the other thing was called. We run into some prototypes, the kind of the mini boss in the first world that was only on that one island. We can run into enemies from the Walse Tower. We got Shiva, those toads. There's that prototype enemy. And a level checker from the Wonka Runes. So, yeah, none of the enemies, no new enemies in this area, except for the boss. But he's not really a boss. He's a boss, but he's like a puzzle boss. So, you can defeat him straight up. But the easy way to defeat him is to just do the puzzle. So now we're given the option of like leaving the shard, but of course we want the shard, even though we're not going to be able to use the shard. But here's the Mimic guy. He is Gogo the Mimic. He'll become a character in Final Fantasy 60 you can actually use. But he gives you a clue about how you're supposed to defeat this guy. So he's telling us what mimicry is. It's like mimicry is imitating someone. So he says, when you attack, I will attack. If you cast a spell, I'll cast a spell. And if you could imitate me, you'd certainly win. That's the point. You imitate me, certainly win. But most likely it's going to be curtain for you. So if you attack him, or use spells, eventually you'll get him down to like low hit points. And then he'll go like crazy. He'll just like start hitting these major attacks that pretty much one-shot you. He'll start using Meteor, which is the ultimate time magic spell, which does a whole bunch of damage. So you just look what he's doing. He's doing absolutely nothing. So what you're supposed to do is basically do absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna fast forward here and just sit around here doing nothing. And after about like 2.5, 3 minutes, he'll come out and he'll talk and he'll be like, wow, good job. You saw me doing nothing and you've done nothing. So here he is. Oh, bravo, bravo. Perfect, just perfect, lovely. You've seen me doing nothing and are copying that nothing yourselves. Rather, you're doing perfectly nothing perfectly. Yes, you feel it, the essence of mimicry. I give you my blessing to continue on the path of imitation. Audio, break a leg. And he exiles himself through the rift. Woohoo! And we get a lot of ability points there. And now we get the Mimic. So, Mimic inherits, like the Freelancer job will inherit all the stats of jobs that you've mastered. And you can assign 3 different abilities to it. So, it doesn't have a fight command, it just has the Mimic command, the innate Mimic command. And what that does is it mimics the last action that any other character did. So, like, say you use like a really expensive spell, like Holy, the most expensive magic, like Bahamut, the most expensive summon spell. Then you can have all the other people mimic that and summon Bahamut for no magic points. So now, just want to say one thing there. He said, audio break a leg. The funny thing about break a leg is, you think that's bad. Why would you tell somebody to break a leg? Well, it goes back to acting, because think about it, if you break your leg, you get put in a cast. So what they're saying is, like, break a leg, that means they're basically hoping that you get in a cast or get in the cast. So it's their way of saying, like, good luck on getting the part in a play, so if you're auditioning for it. So we passed the treasure chest on our way down here, and the reason we did that was because at this point in time, we're probably going to be running low on air. The timer kicks down even when you're in a battle. So we saved this treasure chest because we don't have the exit spell because we don't have the time mage. So when you open that treasure chest, you get another 7 minutes of air. So, and that'll be able to allow us to get out of here safely. Because if you run out of air when you're down here, it's just the game over. So, but here we go. We're gonna head out this tower here. But this is not the end of our undersea adventures, so we still have another place to go underwater. Thankfully, this next place we have to go underwater, it's not underwater. We don't have to hold our breath, but it is kind of an annoying dungeon. Actually, I like the dungeon, but it's really going to be really annoying because we do not have the ability to cast float on ourselves. So, not going to be fun at all. And we don't have the Geomancer's ability to avoid damage tiles, take no damage on damage tiles. So, unfortunately, I forgot to go fill up on high potions when I go to this dungeon. So, in the next episode, when I restart this dungeon, I will have left and refilled my high potions. But definitely, you want to max out your high potions before you're heading into this dungeon. So we want to head down into the water, submarine, and we want to look for that glowing dot there, and that's the sea trench, the underwater volcano, the Great Sea Trench. And like all the other tablet dungeons, this one's going to be guarded by 2 gargoyles. I'll keep the fight in just to show how much easier it's been now that we have Sildra and we have a full party. First time we fought the gargoyles, remember, we didn't have Lenna and we didn't have Sildra, so yeah, we can take these guys out now and basically just one round have everybody just use their multi-targeting attacks, and Lenna and Faris, who both have the summon ability, can just summon Sildra and take him out. So one more Sildra will finish him off. And I got really, really lucky here that RASAR didn't defeat that gargoyle, because if it did, then that other gargoyle might have revived the one on the left and made it all for naught. So, maybe we gotta defeat them both at the same time, so we're very close to one another. Otherwise, the surviving one will revive the other one to full hit points. So, deeper than the bottom of the sea, yet enveloped by flames, the 3rd tablet. Ba-dunk. And this is a good area if you have a bard in that Requiem song, because every enemy that we're going to encounter down here is an undead. So, Krile mastered a 2nd job, so 2 more to go for her. So I'm just trying to figure out what do we want to do with her. So, remember, we got to have, based on the way that the job Fiesta works, we have to have 1 of each job at all times. So, But Faris is almost good to summoner, so I think I'm going to keep her as the summoner and let her just master that job, and I'll change Krile into something else. So, RASAR, I think, let's see. We'll make her the ninja because she has to master that yet. Yeah, this is where sometimes I have a chart on hand, a piece of paper with all the jobs and what I need to know, so that way I can see who needs to master what yet. And so now we need to change RASAR to something so he can go back to the Dragoon, and Lenna can go back then to her monk because that's something she needs to master. So well, she's really far behind on a monk, so probability. Oh, summon, yeah, good job. We're gonna actually get another item that's gonna make the monk a little bit stronger in this dungeon, but that's very toward the end of the dungeon. So, like I said, if you don't have I did something dumb here. Like I said, I forgot to fill up my heal potions, but yeah, you definitely want to have your heal potions filled up because you're going to be taking a lot of damage in this area. Because, like I said, it's where a lot of lava is. So we're going to be getting to experiencing a lot of different lava here. So here we go. I think we're set here. All right, let's head on into the dungeon. So like I said, a bard is really good with the Requiem spell because song, because it damages all these things. We're gonna be there's 5 different enemies here, and they're all known as unknowns, but they're all different. So 4 of them have different sprites, and then the 5th one has kind of a weird. It's a palette swap of another one, but well, I guess I'll point out when it happens. But so here's the first one, that the unknown. I call it the snake one because it kind of looks like a cobra. So everyone is going to be weak to holy, so RASAR's holy spear is going to do a lot of damage here. So they tend to have annoying attacks, so they can slow you with that slime. These ones aren't the most annoying ones though. There's a blob type unknown, and basically if like when you defeat him, he uses this possess move which can remove the character that defeated it from combat. And of course when the character is removed from combat, they're not going to gain any of the experience or the job points, so kind of annoying. But luckily, this dungeon, like the other 2 tablet dungeons, is going to have 2 save points to help us out. So, and luckily, the first save point is right around the corner coming up here. So we don't have to go too far in this dungeon before we kind of get a little bit of a resting point. So, and get that 1 water scroll down here. And we just head over this way, and this is where we're going to run into our first save point. So this is where I'm going to save my game. And I'm gonna backtrack out so that when I start back here in the next episode, I will have the full 99 high potions, because you're gonna see we're gonna need them. So, all right, minions, take care, have a good one, and let's look at some more cute rabbits available, or pets available for adoption. Jasmine, here's 2 guinea pigs, Barney, Fife, and Andy. Cotton, and we got some 2 brothers coming up here, Donatello and Bugs. So if you would like to help support the rescue, make a donation. I have a link in the video description. Take care, have a good day. Bye.